Hi, my name is Folake. I'm a British-born Nigerian photographer. That is a word or a name that I'm getting used to, the photographer part, that is, because it's only recently that I sort of felt that I was indeed a photographer. But just to backtrack briefly, I've moved to Saudi Arabia in December of 2013. So in December of this year, I would have been here 5 years. It's quite remarkable that I've been here this long. Somehow it seems longer, but at the same time, it doesn't seem like I've been here any amount of time. And I guess that's is because I feel very, very much at home here, surprisingly, for obvious reasons. But anyway, I'm a photographer now, and that's something that I very happily embrace. But how did I get here? Yes, how did I get here? I've always taken photographs. It's been something that I've done ever since I can remember. I've always taken photographs. And photography has been a hobby, if you like. It's been a hobby. Wherever I go, I take photographs. And those photographs become part of my life story, if you like. So when I look back at them, I can always remember fondly something that had happened, or what was the situation when that photograph was taken and everything. So it is part of my fabric, if you like. So that has been it as far as photography is concerned. And then a couple of years ago, so this is 2018, 2017, 2016, around December 2016, I don't know what I did, but I must have sent off for some photography, something or the other. I can't remember what it was. But then all of a sudden I started getting all this photography stuff, joined this course and workshops and tools to make your images sharper, and f-stops and ISOs and all of that sort of thing. And before I knew it, I had found myself immersed into the world of photography. And so I started taking these online courses. I was doing workshops. I've been to where have I been? I went to Amsterdam was the first workshop I went to. I went to one in Tokyo. I went to one in LA. And over this process, I'm learning more about photography and honing my craft, as it were. So that was that. And then in between time, I had a friend who suggested I set up a website. And at the time, it didn't seem something that I was particularly interested in doing, a lot of work and all the rest of it. But then I started to think, I'm taking all these photographs, but then who sees them? Where are they? I post a few on Facebook, I post a few on Instagram, but the audience is somewhat limited. And I started to think more about the possibility of a website. So last April, I decided that it was, when did I start the website? The website started around February. I was talking about it. But then I thought, in order for me to really get this thing done, as in get a website, I'd have to give myself some kind of deadline. And so I decided that at the end of April, I would have a mini exhibition. And by that, I mean that I was going to launch my website. And I'll have friends come over, and I'll show them my website, share some of my photographs. We had some bites, something to drink, that sort of thing. And that would be me launching my website, and at the same time establishing myself as a photographer, as it were. In between time, there were a couple of competitions that I had entered, and one of them was a 25,000 euro check plus a chance for a solo exhibition. So that was my driving force, and I did all I could to come up with a good set of photographs, and that was last year. Unfortunately, I didn't make it. I did the same this year. Unfortunately, I didn't make it, but that was okay. I did submit a photograph to another competition, and that was entered into their gallery, so that was nice. So in between all of this, I'm now yearning for an exhibition. The fact that there was this competition that was offering that suddenly had me thinking about an exhibition. In November last year, I went to Turkey to attend a conference, to present at a conference, in fact. And what happened was, it was about 11 o'clock, I just got into bed, and I looked into my iPad, and there was an email offering the chance for a workshop in Balad with the possibility of a group exhibition at the end of it. So I quickly jumped out of bed, did the whole pay by PayPal or whatever, paid for it, and then went to bed. Forgot all about it. Came back to Jeddah, and then I thought, oh, group exhibition, how many people are there going to be? What kind of exposure is there? But I thought, okay, regardless of what happens, it's still going to be a good opportunity. So I got there the first day of the workshop. It was a 1 week workshop, and then on the 7th day it was an exhibition. And there were just 3 of us, 2 other ladies and myself. I thought, that's excellent. The teacher, Richard Wilden from the UK, he was doing some work in Saudi, and this was part and parcel of that work that he was doing at the time. So we spent a couple of days, 2 or 3 days in Balad during the day, at night, taking photographs, learning different angles and all the ins and outs of photography. And then we had this group exhibition at the end. At the time, there were just 5 photographs each, and it was part of the Jeddah Bello, another event. So we were not the main event, we were part of an already existing event. But that was still good, nice exposure, but it got me a taste for what an exhibition would be like. So I approached a couple of galleries here. The first one I approached, I was told that as a Saudi, they didn't know. What he said to me was, well, we don't usually deal with non-Saudi artists. Actually, I wasn't too upset about that, because he called me an artist, which was cool, because this was me really coming out to becoming an artist. So the fact that he acknowledged that I was an artist was encouraging enough. The fact that he said that he couldn't represent me or I couldn't share my work in the gallery was something of an affront. But what are you going to do? So I said, okay. He did say to me, okay, just send me an email, send me your photographs, and I'll look at it. But then that dismissal was enough for me. I wasn't going to waste my time sending my stuff, so I let that go. Then I approached another gallery, and again I was told, as you're not a Saudi, we can't represent you. But this other guy said, however, why don't you try Tasami? So that's how I ended up here. In terms of this place, I came, there was an exhibition nearby, I came here, spoke to the owner, who was very open to it. Of course, there's money involved, but which was fine. And he actually encouraged me to have a group exhibition because it will be cheaper. I can share the cost. But I wasn't interested in that. I wanted this to be all about me. For me, I've had a taste of what a group exhibition is like, and although it was a good exposure, it meant that I had to share the stage with others. And for me, I wanted it to be all about me. And that was it. It was pretty straightforward. I came, we sat down, talked about the dates, the fees, how much it will cost, what's available, what I'll get for the money that I'm paying, and then that was it. And to be honest with you, I was quite surprised as to exactly how easy the whole process was. All I did, I came, we talked about the possible dates, how long it would run for, and then that was it. I went on holiday, came back, and I had to, before that I came with a friend and we scoped out the place to decide how many photographs I will need. After that, I had to give the gallery my photographs for approval. They had to go to the Ministry of Interior for approval. Once they were approved, the gallery recommended a printer, and the printer guy was wonderful. He was very, very available. I went to his place. He did a couple of test runs. He told me what the best formats for printing my photographs were. He gave me a lot of good advice that helped me along the way. Then after the photographs were printed, he then recommended a place to go to get them framed. I took them over there. Again, everybody was wonderful. They were very, very helpful, organizing the framing. I think he gave me a bit of a discount, which was nice. And then he allowed me to come back to sign the photographs. And then after that, I worked with him so that we could arrange to get the framed photographs delivered here, which was done without any issue. And I suppose the only thing, in terms of my photographs and the placement and the framing and the printing, that was all fine, no problem at all. The only issues I had was with the guy who was supposed to print the postcards and the business cards. There was a bit of jerking around there, but it was sorted and everything was ready. So this whole experience has been amazing for me because, for one, I did not let somebody's no define me, and I went straight ahead looking for what it is I wanted. I wanted a solo exhibition. I have a solo exhibition. So if there's anybody who wants to have one, who is not Saudi and who's in that sort of situation where they want something, if they want something, they have to just fight hard to get it. Do whatever is necessary to get it. Talk to whoever you need to talk to. If you have to pay money, and if you have the money, the means to do so, then you do so, because if that's what you want, then that's what you want. I remember one evening, not too long ago, the enormity of this really hit me. I suppose I had a moment where I didn't have anything to do because it's been quite intense. Not only was I doing the curating, I was preparing the blurb, so it's been quite intense. And there was one particular evening where I found a moment to just be still, and at that moment I just thought, oh my God, I'm having an exhibition. You're so in it, you don't see all of that. But on this particular evening I did, and I realized that okay, Folake, you wanted an exhibition and now you have it. And so I thought to myself, you can have anything you want if you want it enough to have it. And that to me was quite a defining moment for me, because here it is. I wanted an exhibition and I have it. And so for anybody who wants to have whatever it is that they want to have, if they want it, they can have it. It might take longer than they'd like it to be, but there's always people out there who will help you. So whatever it is you want, go out there and get it. I want an exhibition. I have an exhibition. It's a wonderful feeling. And I now feel that anything is possible. Anything. So here I am, my first solo exhibition. I am showcasing 67 photographs, all divided into 7 different themes. And as far as my favorites are concerned, it's really hard, but I'll take you around and show you my favorite photographs of this exhibition, and I'll explain why. Favorites. She mentioned two, but I have two lots, should I say. So these three here are from an evening when I went into the desert and did some light painting. I really love them because they are, they don't say anything. There's nothing that you can say about them except for the fact that they're visually appealing. So I like them because of the visual appeal and the light that is reflected in them. I like the way the light dances on the screen, on the image, how the light is reflected on the image, and the dark background. And again, the fact that they are a set is quite appealing. Another favorite is this one. Now, this one was quite a feat to get. You can always tell a committed photographer because they go back time and time and time again to get that one shot. Now, I was very near this building, but every time I was trying to take a photograph, the problem was the sun. I was being disturbed by the sun. The sun was disturbing my shot. So the sun would come in, it was too bright, then the clouds were doing something else, and it just wasn't working for me. So I'd go inside, I was in a big shopping mall, I'd go inside, come out 10 minutes later, no, come back, go back in, go back out again. And this particular image itself is a good example of perseverance. Because I think I must have taken about 15 shots to get this final shot. And so I feel a certain attachment to it, knowing that it took me a long time to get to it. So, yes. This is part of the theme for doors. And I made this the first picture because it's an open door. And an open door speaks of possibilities, of the new beginnings, of something that is yet to be revealed. And this, in a way, symbolizes my whole exhibition. Something that is as of yet to be revealed. I don't know what's going to happen as a result of this exhibition. Similarly, going into this door, through this door, I don't know what lies behind the door. And so it's significant in that sense because I feel as if this is the beginning of something new. My life is never going to be the same as a result of this exhibition. I don't know where it's going to take me. I don't know what lies ahead. But the very fact that I've had this exhibition suggests the door is open. Or if not wide open, it's ajar. So, and I think I say something here. This is the blurb about this section. And if I can read some of it, it says, doors hold the essence of separating two distinct areas, the world within and the world outside. A door is both an entrance and an exit, and it symbolizes the transition and passageway from one place to another. Metaphorically speaking, a door can mean an entrance or an opportunity. An open door means new beginnings, and it shows that there's a way out. It can also provide a view of what lies ahead. So, doors, a way to the future, a way to new beginnings, a way to any number of things.